Yo, what's going on everyone? Got a different sort of video today. We're actually going to be doing a Q&A. I've asked people on YouTube and Twitter to ask me some questions and you'll end up in the video, so yeah. Alright, first question comes from Borgo Kang. I'm pretty sure that's how you read that shit. What do you want to see in your future with Street Fighter and the YouTube channel? To be fair, I don't want to be making Street Fighter content for the rest of my life. I don't want to be stuck in that bubble. Of course, I want to branch out when I get a little bit bigger, but for now, this is my niche. This is my sort of niche that, you know, people are interested in and want to come watch me for. Because, you know, not many people can do what I do with Dhalsim. So hopefully I can keep grinding this. And then if I grow bigger in the future, I can expand out and do other stuff. Kind of like the main way to grow on Twitch. Like that's the main recipe. For example, like with XQC, he was a pro Overwatch player and he streamed that and did that, and then once he got bigger, he branched off to other things and he can just stream whatever the fuck he wants. I don't want to have to be obligated to just stream a Street Fighter. Like if I have like 1,000 viewers, yeah, and then I chuck on something else and I've only got 200, like it's pretty depressing, you know. So future with Street Fighter, I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, it'd be nice to win like a major overseas, but like I don't really give a fuck. I don't care much about competing. I even though I won a major over here in Australia a couple weeks ago, I'm not too like fussed on it. I don't feel like there's that much glory in grinding that hard to play Street Fighter just to like win majors and stuff. I feel like my time can be spent better elsewhere. I feel like all the money and all the glory and all that is in the content, to be honest, but they go hand in hand. Like if you do well in tournaments and win stuff, it also grows your content. So that's what I've like learned, and that's why I go to these events, so I can get content and stuff and hopefully place well and grow my channel. Alright, next question comes from Luis. He asks, top 5 music albums of the year unordered, and is Dhalsim bad? Or is it just that his win condition is harder to get to compared to other characters higher on the tier list? Top 5 music albums? Fuck. It's gonna be all rap though. It'd probably be Alfredo 2 by Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist, Token of Appreciation by Baldy, Chuck Strangers, Showbiz by Mike, 12 by West Side Gun, and The Coldest Profession by Rock Marciano. That'd probably be my top 5 for now. But I don't reckon that Dhalsim is bad. I think it just takes a lot of time to tap into his full potential. And not many people play the character either, so you rarely see good sims out there. But you can be good and do well with him. Like as you see, Crimson got 4th at UFA. Tori placed very high at EWC and Evo Vegas. So you can do well with him. But he's also not very good either. He's just in the middle, I reckon. He's a very unstable character and shit can fly off the rails pretty quick because his defense kind of sucks and he gets blown up pretty hard because of his lack of defensive options, and that becomes really hard to deal with, especially like in first to 2 in tournament. But the way they keep treating Sim, like every single patch they're just giving him slight buffs, they keep slowly buffing him and they're toning down other characters. It's kind of what happened to him in SF5. He wasn't very good at the start, but they just left him and they gave him slight buffs. And towards the end, he was pretty good. So he'll definitely be good in the future if they keep doing what they're doing with him. Next question we got is from Reggae Tony Dembell, asking a very hard-hitting, important question. He asked, if you were 3 inches into Cammy in front and Dhalsim was 3 feet inside you from behind, where are you moving? Probably backwards. Pug Biscuit asked, best state in Australia for Street Fighter? Probably Melbourne because I'm here. Next question comes from Smug Joshi. He asks, who do you personally think is the best player in the region in all aspects of the game and why? Neutral, whiff punish, set play, tourney results, ranked, ladder, etc. Rank doesn't really mean shit over here in OCE. Like I've been the number 1 ranked player here for like the last 3 seasons and I'm definitely not the best player here, unfortunately. But I reckon the best player would probably be Frieza or Travis. Frieza's got a very good Honda and he places very well in tournaments. He does very well in the World Warriors, and when he does go to offline events, he actually places pretty well, playing a pretty shit character. And he's also got his own style of Honda, like it's very fun to watch. No one really plays like him. He's got his own distinct style, so it's very, very fun to watch. And then you could also say Travis, but Travis doesn't really play in tourneys that much anymore. And the cunts play on Mai, so like bleh. How cooked were you in this photo? Oh shit. This was from the Singapore CPT event last year. I actually don't remember when this photo was taken because I was blind drunk, but we went out to dinner with a bunch of the players that were competing in the event. There were a bunch of Japanese players there. I think there were some EU players there, like Problem X and stuff, and all the OC boys were there. Had a massive ass dinner, and we were just drinking piss. Some dude there was like talking about how he ate his girlfriend's pussy out for 10 hours. Dude's lying out his ass. But yeah, it was a pretty good night. But I got sent home in an Uber because, I reached my limit. And the place I was staying at was like 40 minutes from where we ate, yeah. And when I got back to the hotel, I realized that I left my bag there. Had my stick and my passport in it, yeah. So I was fucking freaking out. And I tried to call an Uber back, but I couldn't really read my phone. I couldn't look at my phone. So I went to like 2 different locations, yeah. And they were the wrong places, but I finally got back to it after like over an hour, and my bag was still there. It wasn't touched or anything. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. And yeah, that was it. But that was a good night though. And then I saw that photo the next day. I'm like, fuck, I don't even remember them taking that. Also, shout out Azza and shout out Yagami out in Singapore for the hospitality. They're some of the nicest cunts I know, so yeah. Next question comes from Saucy Cheeseburger with Ranch. He actually asked me 2 questions. So the first question was, do you have a favourite song? Fuck, that's hard, man. I've got like, I can name a couple. I don't reckon I could give you one favourite song, but probably Day 22 by Car, rest in peace. Cold Summers by Earl Sweatshirt. Fabio, Rock Marciano, and One More Hit by West Side Gun, and then The Stove God. Is there any inspirational player that made you get good with Dhalsim? Yeah, it was definitely like, first it was Mistercrimson, watching him play in Street Fighter 5 and cooking cunts and playing him aggressive. It was definitely very satisfying to watch. But when 6 came out, it was actually fchamp. I was watching a lot of fchamp streams because he was just playing like fucking 40 hours a day, bro. Just straight Dhalsim. He doesn't really play sim anymore. Like, I don't really see it, but I used to watch a lot of his streams because he used to like play, but then he would like explain like his thought process behind why he would do certain stuff, and he actually made a lot of good videos. Watching him and Breezy Man's YouTube videos, watching those two kind of built my foundation for Dhalsim in Street Fighter 6. So yeah, but right now, like, my favorite player to watch is Crimson, because I kind of play a bit similar to him, like aggressive style of Dhalsim. Next question comes from Russell Chin. He asks, can you share some option select situations for Sim? Yep. The first option select would be limb into stand light kick back medium punch, and that will cover the ground and cover the air. So if I poke and he drive rushes, it covers that. But if he jumps, I can anti-air in time. The next one I'll go over is delayed drive rush. So this is pretty good against characters like Aki, DJ, Akuma, Can. I wouldn't really do it on Goal because his OD boom fucks it up pretty bad. But basically what it is like, you'll poke with like stand hard punch from tip range, and then you'll delay your drive rush, and then whatever option they do, you react to it. So if I do this, they throw a fireball, I can slide it. You can do medium slide or hard slide. And if they jump, you can react with that. And then if you drive rush and they don't do anything, you drive rush into nothing, and it covers all of those options. Next one is from Chris Manon Neon. Oh fuck, I probably cooked that shit. He asked, sometimes when I counter hit anti-air with back hard punch, I drive rush to try back medium punch into blast level 1, but they are too far away and my back medium punch whiffs. Any better conversions of counter hit back hard punch from far away? When you do it from far, you can't really get that. So some other conversions you could do are like, that works, level 3 or level 1. You could also do, that works. I sometimes do this one too, and then slide, like meaty slide. I fucked that up, but yeah, you get the good oki off it. Those are some options. Next question comes from Ice Guy. He asks, what tells do you look for when you're trying to figure out someone's playstyle? So with Dhalsim, I set the pace round start because I can hit you and you can't hit me most of the time. So I just like to throw a lot of knowledge checks at people and options and see how they react to it, if you can react to it at all. And different players have different like ways of dealing with sim stuff. So for example, like if someone likes to fireball perfect parry OS, so if I throw a fireball and they perfect parry jump or perfect parry drive rush, I will look for that and try and bait it out and punish it. Or, you know, if they can't check teleport well, I'll abuse teleport until they show me they can check it, and then I can play around that. Or if like what they do after they block a yoga flame, like do they like to walk forward after they block a yoga flame, do they like to drive rush, or do they press a button? And then like I've got ways to beat all of those options. Do they like to like preemptively like DP Dhalsim's float buttons? If they do, then I'll look to delay my float buttons and bait out their check and then hit them. Next question comes from Mojo. He asks, how did Dhalsim get Cammy pregnant? Fuck, that's a long story. I don't know if any of you know about it, but Sim got invited to one of those white parties. It was on a yacht, and he saw Cammy in the middle of the table, sitting on some billionaire's chest, like shitting all over his chest, because that's what they're into. And then he just locked eyes with her, and then, you know, shit happened that wasn't supposed to happen, and then he had to flee to Dagestan, unfortunately. Next question comes from What's Going On. He asked, my girl's cheating on me with Dhalsim, what do I do? Unfortunately, that's pretty sad, but there are definitely a lot of dopamine outlets. Like, you could probably hit the gym, or you can come hit the glass barbecue with me, bro. We can have a very good time, you know, and we can forget about that bitch and move on to the next, bro. I'm sorry that you're going through that. It's a good character development for the future. Next question comes from Big Enough. He asks, will there be more videos with inserts of your hands? I'm not a fetishist, just curious. How long have you been playing Street Fighter? Do you have a pre-game training routine? So I do want to set up a hand cam. I have got a DJI camera that I can set up as a webcam, and I do. I just need to get an adapter because for some reason there's no fucking USB-C, USB-A cables anywhere that I can buy, so I have to buy an adapter. But once I do that, I want to set up a hand cam and have the face cam going. And I've been playing Street Fighter since like the last season of 5. Not when Luke came out, when Oro came out, so whenever that was. So I've probably been playing for about like two years. 2 years around that time. I played Oro and Balrog in Street Fighter 5 too. I only started playing Dhalsim a little bit towards the end, just trying him out when I saw his Street Fighter 6 trailer. And do you have a pre-game training routine? No pre-game training routine, bro. Just hop straight into fucking ranked, bro. Beast mode. None of this like do this input 10 times and then switch to the other side. Nah, straight to ranked. Pretty much. Next question comes from Stripes. He asks, has making videos and streaming changed the way you play or think about the game? It has 100%. It's made me appreciate the community more, because the community, Street Fighter community, is pretty welcoming. So it's made me want to go out to these like events and network with people and stuff like that. And for like, even when I was in Japan, like I made so many connections out there just from like making videos on Street Fighter. Like, I'm not the best player in the world, but a lot of people recognize me from like my YouTube and like the clips I upload on Twitter and stuff like that. So it's made me like think about it more differently. And then also like when I'm playing in game, or if I'm playing like in a tournament, like on stream, I'm like, fuck, I could win this, but like I could go for a setup that could hit him, and then, you know, that's a viral clip on Twitter. So it's little stuff like that also. The best way to keep a good mentality in ranked, before you jump on, just get hammered, bro. Just drink as much as you can, so every time you win or you lose, you don't care. Or you can rip a couple cones. Nah, but serious, the best way to keep a good mentality in ranked is to just, I know it sounds like cliche as fuck, but just don't take it that serious. It's never that deep. I used to be like super. Oh, what am I trying to say? Like, my rank is tied to me in like how good I am, you know. But it's never like that at all. I feel like if you go to more offline events and you play in heaps of tournaments, you realize that the rank doesn't mean shit. You use ranked more as like practice and sparring for, you know, getting prepped for events and stuff like that and staying sharp, kind of. And yeah, that's it for now. I know I didn't get to every single question. I'll probably do another one in the future. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I answered a lot of dumb ones, so that's just like me. That's my fault. But yeah, if you liked it, subscribe. If you don't like it, don't subscribe. Leave a dislike. Leave a hate comment too if you want. Whatever you want to do. And yeah, I'll see you later.